If you knew me before, you wouldn't even look my way. If I had the nerve to speak, you wouldn't hear what I say. Time has come and gone so fast, we're not who we used to be.
And welcome back to Sullivan's Unheard Voices. I'm here with Brian and Elijah. Elijah, we were talking a little bit before we got on air about how you're happy to be back. You're one of my favorite humans, my man. Like, you're always welcome.
Join the club.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just everything about you is all kindness and positivity. And I want to just say how much I appreciate that. Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
And so pull that microphone a little bit closer to you. There we go. Perfect.
Thank you.
So we're here today to talk about Special Olympics. And the reason I wanted to talk about Special Olympics is because I think a lot of people don't really understand what it's all about and why it came to be and why it's so important for our community. Also, why it's so important for our community to support this event.
Right.
So how did you start getting involved in the Special Olympics field?
I'm gonna
Go first, please. Yeah.
Okay. Special Olympics was a big part of me. It really was. As a kid that has autism, it was. I thought it was going to be a bright side to a bunch of other people that, affected with a disability just like me. But I just, I was. My mom actually got me involved with this. She said, "I want you to, compete for this. It helps you stay active, helps you to connect with people that have disabilities." And so I just got involved, and it's been great impact. It's been really great, been great impactful, and then so it go on and forth, and then basketball season came up. We had things changed with the COVID, so it got shut down and didn't get back in time. And then I got to meet a guy named Oz from the YMCA, because of a lot of things change, and then we had new what's it called? New management.
Yeah.
New management because of former OC Jenny was gone. She passed it down to somebody else. She wanted something else, so Lisa Kate took over, and we were looking for a new coach because the old coach went to the B team, so we didn't figure out what the A team was. So I met Oz, and we talked a lot. It was a good conversation. It was really positive, and I felt that it was a huge connect with us. I talked to Lisa, and we wanted him to be the head coach of the A team because he was a really, really huge impact. I can tell from get-go he's coached stuff in the past, and we thought it was a good connect. And then Coach Alex said, "Who do you recommend as assistant coaches?" And I recommend this guy, Brian Geller. This guy, Brian Geller. He's been I knew this guy for a long, long time back in South Salem. This guy's been awesome. His son played at South, by the way, Trey. And now he's coaching at North. Yep. Doing great things over there. And so we just got Special Olympics going. We got to practice every day, every Saturday, and we we just did but had a really good practice, and then a tournament game, and we won gold his first year as the coach.
That's awesome.
It was so awesome. Yeah, it was so awesome. Everyone was so celebrating. We got the sportsmanship award his first year as a head coach at Oz, and then fortunately things changed. He decided to step down, and then he's our head coach now. He's been our head coach for the last.
This will be year number 3.
3 years.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's doing phenomenal. He knows basketball for a long time, back and forward, and no, he's doing an amazing job. You can see this guy's coach. Great positive energy, huge impact, and really good things are happening when he's around and his son's around. So, I played, been playing for last 3-4 years. Fortunately, they couldn't play this year due to missing an email. But I'm coaching back, and finally got back, and haven't coached in a long time. But it's great to be back, and I learned a lot from this guy, a lot, and hopefully hopefully keep growing. That's the main goal. Just keep growing, and having this guy around has been a huge impactful. So thank you, Coach Ryan, for
Thank you,
You're
Elijah.
welcome,
Huge.
bud. You're welcome.
So how did you get started in basketball in the first place?
I loved basketball as a kid growing up. I loved the sport. I unfortunately wasn't as good as I hoped to be, and I was more of a baseball player. But I grew up playing all sports, and basketball was kind of always my favorite sport. Once I got married and had children, my son ended up being pretty talented at basketball. So it like rekindled. I kind of got back into it. Enjoyed coaching him as a youth, and then watching him grow up and play through high school and college, and just kind of rekindled myself getting back into basketball and wanting to be back involved in coaching and really into it. So it's been a great ride, and I love doing it.
And so what was the draw, right? Because like this is one of those passion projects
Absolutely.
that
Yep.
you don't necessarily do for a career. You do because you love the game and you love what it's all about.
You do. Yep.
What is it about coaching the Special Olympics team that gets you up in the morning and work hard towards building that team?
Yeah, it's easy. The amount of fun that is put in. There's not only like competitive spirit, because we're actually playing to win. It's competitive. These athletes want to win. But the joy of just the sport and the fun and the laughter and the great teaching moments, whether they be basketball skills or life skills, and just like Elijah's just so upbeat and positive all the time, and happy to be doing what he's doing. That's our team, and that's what we're about. And it's just a ton of fun. It's you kind of can't wait till the next Saturday to have practice again, to get after it a little bit, and like I said, be competitive but yet have fun at the same time. Yep.
And have you found that the community has sort of rallied behind the Special Olympics?
They do. The Special Olympics has multiple sports, obviously. They do soccer, lots of different things. But in basketball, yes, I feel like the community rallies around it a little bit. I think that the people that are connected to the athlete show a ton of support. We have families of, the grandparents are there, the siblings, the aunts and the uncles, and they come to the event, they come to practice. And I really think that's partial community involvement for sure.
And I think there's another layer to that as well.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a disability, more often than not, you're treated as an other. And so to have a space where you can go as a family and
Yep.
watch your loved one be accepted and loved for who they are,
Yep.
and they can just be themselves, is a miracle in of itself.
Right. Yeah.
Because those moments are what we strive for.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want people to understand that even if you don't have a family member that is tied to the Special Olympics, how important it is to show support for everybody there,
Absolutely.
because it needs to be a welcoming environment.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Fully agree on that. Yes.
And so what steps do you take to sort of make sure you're inclusive in the way you approach coaching? Because I know it's got to be different.
It
right?
is a little different, but at the same time, it's not. I mean, we're coaching a sport, we're coaching offense and defense, and how to guard and how to dribble and how to shoot. And it's really not a ton different. There's just, like I said, maybe a little more fun involved with it. But yeah, we practice and prepare to go win this tournament. It's competitive, and that brings a lot of fun to it.
Now, Elijah, what do you like most about playing or even coaching in the Special Olympics?
Just the family. I just feel like different people have different abilities, people have different things, and it's just a family thing. And one of the most important thing I want to mention is at the end of practice we give out compliments, so everyone gets a compliment to everyone. What we did good, coach, what they did good, what the team did good, and that's another thing that's been really impactful, right, Coach Ryan?
Yeah, absolutely. I never. Elijah mentions family. You see it right away. The amount of high fives and encouragement, and yes, great job. And it's extended. It's excessive in this sport, because they love each other. They cheer each other on, and they want each other to do really well. And that builds camaraderie and builds family. And it shows out there when they're playing.
It
Yeah,
really does.
And one of the things I love about it too is the celebration afterwards.
absolutely.
Because
yeah.
it doesn't matter if you won the game or you didn't
No.
win the game.
Yep.
We all celebrate together. Please.
But the one thing that he mentions every day after our games, the sportsmanship reward is important, right, Coach Brian?
Absolutely.
Every day.
Yep.
It doesn't matter
Yep.
win or lose, sportsmanship reward is acquired, and that's really important. And we won the last 3 years.
We've won it. Yeah, 3 out of 4 years. I think
3 out of
we've
4
won it.
years,
Yep.
we've won a 3 hot streak right now, so we can hopefully we can do it this season. But yeah, sportsmanship is huge, and that goes across the board.
And I want to acknowledge how awesome that is to hear from the perspective of a coach.
Yeah.
Is that just like a personal philosophy, or is that just something like you wanted to sort of make sure along the way?
I think throughout my playing career, I kind of noticed that the teams that I was on that had better camaraderie, the closer we were, the more family oriented we were, the better we played, the better we performed. I was on some very talented teams that guys bickered and didn't get along and didn't really like each other. And those teams didn't perform very well. They didn't play well. So I've kind of always felt like the camaraderie, the family, the togetherness helps you compete at a higher level when you really got each other's back and you're willing to go out there and do anything for the guy next to you. I think that definitely makes for a better team. Yeah.
And then in terms, go ahead, Alicia.
And then, Coach Ryan, can you also talk about the sportsmanship reward? If we win that, that's also huge.
Yeah, actually, I think we might have gotten more excited when we won the sportsmanship award than the championship itself, right?
100% correct.
And it starts internal. Like you can tell our sportsmanship by the way we treat each other first. Then we're out there doing the same thing with the other team. We're helping them off the court. We're giving them high fives. We're encouraging the other team as well, and it just bleeds throughout the tournament.
Yeah,
but definitely starts internally with supporting each other.
And it's really, really bigger than basketball. That's why sportsmanship is huge.
And so in terms of like the basketball itself, right?
Yep.
Are there any differences between the court that you all are practicing on and the court the other players are playing?
No, we practice on right now we're practicing at a middle school court, but we play and practice on high school courts. Same rules, same court size. It's real basketball for sure.
And that's why I want to stress to people, right?
Mhm.
Because this isn't like a game where where you're adding. Let me pause that and circle back because sometimes words are hard with my autistic brain. I want people to recognize that it is a traditionally played game and it is exciting and fun to watch.
Absolutely. Yeah. And they have, it's at all levels in Special Olympics based on your physical ability a little bit. And I'm lucky enough, and Elijah lucky enough that we're part of the A team. And some of the players on our team actually played a little bit of high school basketball. Elijah got in for some minutes actually on a number 2 ranked team in the state. Elijah played some minutes on that team.
My team was 6th.
6th in the state. All right.
My team was 6th.
Yep. So, and some of the other teams, Bend has a kid, a young man that's really, really good. Eugene has a couple of players that are good as well. So, it's good competitive basketball for sure.
We did finish 3rd place in state, so that's all.
Yep.
We finished 6th overall, but we did finish 3rd place in the state.
So in terms of like the actual Special Olympics, where does it usually take place?
They all over the place. They have different middle schools, different high schools that hold practices. The first few years, our tournament was at Cascade High School. Last year we had it at North Salem High School, and this year it's in Corvallis, down there somewhere.
I recommend everybody come to the games. It's so much fun.
Yep, it is a lot of fun. Yeah.
Now, is it like tournament style?
It is tournament style, yeah. So you get games all day long. You got a couple courts going, games all day long. They just keep switching them in and out. And yeah, you play kind of a round robin tournament.
Yep.
At the end of the day, the 2 teams with the best record play for the championship.
Yep.
And then for the teams that are playing, is it sort of regional based?
Yeah, so we're Marion County. We represent Marion County. There's a Polk County team. There's a team Lane County, Eugene. There's Bend, which is Deschutes, I think. So yes, they're all kind of divided up by county. and then we meet at a certain location and everybody competes against each other.
And then
Yep.
do the winners move on to a different tournament, or
They don't. No,
okay.
it's it'd be kind of neat to maybe go on and play like a state championship or something. I've kind of always thought that we do 12 weeks worth of practice for one event weekend. Be nice to maybe see that expand into a little bit more. But yeah, no, you're the champions of your district, and then it's over there.
You hear that, legislature? Fun to do the tournament. Get
Let's get
involved.
A state championship going.
I think that would be fun.
Maybe let me wait till I get Elijah back on the court. But he helps a ton with coaching, and a ton. He did a great job coaching today. I had to step aside and do some stuff with a few of the parents, and I turn around and he's running the show over there. But yeah, I'd sure like to have him on the court too. He's a heck of a player.
And one of the things that I like to people to understand too is just how accessible these events are. And so, because a lot of sporting events, like if you try to go to an NBA game, right? It's not very accessible for people who have disabilities or have limited mobility.
Right.
But rest assured, you go to a game that is involving the Special Olympics, the venue is going to be accessible for people with disabilities.
Absolutely. Yes, it is. They do a really good job putting these events on. They've got stuff that you get, merchandise that you can buy. Bleachers are pushed back. They have areas for wheelchairs. It's a free event, free parking, free admission. So yeah, they do a really good job putting the events on.
And I'm telling you, folks, if you have never experienced autism joy, go to an event and just watch people with autism experience joy. It is something to watch. Yeah, because I don't know about you, Elijah. Like when things happen to me, I can't help but smile and beam. I can't turn my happiness off. It just consumes everything about me.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yep. One of the very first things I noticed about Elijah is just this guy is maybe the most positive person I've met in my life. Just always happy, always in a good mood, and it's infectious. It kind of breathes off on me a little bit, and I enjoy it. Yeah.
And so, Elijah, I don't know if I asked you this before, but remind listeners how you got started in basketball.
How did I get started in basketball?
Yeah. When did you pick up your first ball?
Oh, man. That was at the YMCA, I think. At the YMCA when I was 1. I think I was just 1 and just dribbling. And then just kept, and then the body got shut down. I went to the Boys and Girls Club. I went there when I was, 10, 11, 12, 13. I just played out there. Played with Clay Thomas out there, back in, he was 5th, 6th grade, at Boys and Girls Club. And then, played with my brother, 3rd, at Boys and Girls Club. We had a third and 4th, 5th grade team. I was my brother's team for 1 year, and then I was on 2 different teams with Mason Lomax's dad. He was my coach in 3rd, 5th grade. 6th and 7th, 8th grade was mostly skyball. Not really based on fundamentals and stuff. Based on what can you do on the court, what can you do on how you play defense. Not, it's mostly middle school skyball stuff. And then freshman year, I tried out for the freshman team. I didn't make it, but I was team manager my freshman year. And then I worked so hard, the coach let me play the last season of the game, and I hit a free throw against K. And we were league champs when I was a freshman. So yeah, that was good. Sophomore year, didn't make it. Obviously, it was quite different than middle school, because middle school ball, but didn't have the fundamentals, didn't have the community, didn't have the mindset of other people in high school level. And then so sophomore year I tried out, didn't make it. And then junior year was different. Junior year I made the summer league team because Coach Lewis said I had a loud voice that can communicate through the whole room. So he was like, "You made the summer league team by JV." And then so I did a little bit out there, traveled like 3 or 4 or 5 times. Didn't really get a bucket. It was a new experience because it was a lot different than what I previously met, because I didn't have the youth develop stuff, all the youth developed to go through high school. I didn't have that connection. So So, I made a summer league team, and then I tried out for the JV team. I almost made it, just missed it by, 2 inches or 3 inches, but you go on to that, and then, senior year comes around, I'm like, oh my, this is trying out for a varsity summer league team. Like, there's no way I'm going to make it. Because I was a team manager my sophomore year and JV and junior year because of the seasons because I didn't make it, and then tried out for summer league, well, for some varsity, and I made it. I made my varsity summer league, and did well in practice. I got to play with Skinny, J. Now Skinner. I got to play with Clay Thomas, Dave Matthews, Joseph Carey, Damian Moe, Christian Russell, and yeah, so I made the summer league team in the huge, and then going on the season, and then I tried out again, and then I made the season team. Coach Allen said you have worked hard as a team manager, and we're going to promote you to play this season as your final season, and you have done a great job as a team manager, and we want to put you to play. So I played my senior year and actually got to start senior night against North, hit the first 3 of the game, and made it, and that was huge. And no, Sal's been such great to me. And then we went to state tournament. Fortunately, my team lost the first. We beat Clackamas by 9. Second round, my high school days, we went to we were at the tournament again. We played South Medford. We were down 1. We were up 1. I'm sorry, we were up 1. And then Gabe Matthews just flopped on the ground, tripped on his own shoe, flopped. My our senior guy, 4-time leader, flopped on the ground. Ref calls, oh, foul, flop. Gabe Matthews. Gabe just tripped on his own foot. And the ref called a foul on Gabe. Like, what? What's going on? He just fell it. Yeah, so the ref just went crazy. And then, so we were on 1-on-1. So it was a 1-on-1 bonus. So he made both. So it was 49-48. We have 3 seconds left. We get the ball to Christian Russell. Full court shot. Almost made it. And we lost that game. So that was for the championship state against Payne Pritchard, by the way. We almost played against Payne Pritchard. And then, anyway, so we played the third place game. We were destroying by 25-20. It was a big, we were playing Jefferson, Portland. So, and then, so it was, we were up by 25. It was 4 minutes, it was like 3 minutes in the fourth quarter. Am I going to play? Am I going to, go out there and hit a 3? Am I nervous? Am I going to do travel? And then Coach Allen said, hey, Elijah, coming in. And I went in at like the 3-minute mark. And I was like, okay. And then I got in. Damian Moe also was a team manager for all 4 years. He played with me. He was a huge impact to South basketball. So we both played, got in. Skinny got a stop, and then so we saw ball. And Alan said, Damian, go to your corner. Elijah, go to your corner. You ready to go? Then Skinny got the ball. He passed it to me. Switch. I was 1 for 1 in state tournament against Jefferson. I had 3 points, and then it was the crowd went crazy. Obviously, it was like, what's going on? And then the announcer said, "Whoa, Elijah Schwartz with a 3. Wow, he was a team manager last year and the year before, and now he scores a 3-point basket. What's going on here?" So like, yeah, and then after that, we got third place in state. Obviously, we were in tears after that, and that was heartbreaker. The second game, actually, the last game, we got third, so we got the Special Trip Award too. So I got third place in state with my team, and we also won the Special Trip Award, so it's a double bonus. The last game before that, we were on tears because because of the foul, but moved on. So we won the third place game and Special Trip Award, so that's huge. And then after that, we kind of, I was also the homecoming king at Sal, so that was also important. But anything, we kept going to, after that season, we were done, and I kept going, and then my dad told me you have to go to a awards dinner. Jerry Rice is going to meet there. You're going to meet Jerry Rice. Like, what?
How cool is that?
I know. I got to meet Jerry. So, it was for the Heart and Desire Award for South Salem basketball. There was like 7 people nominated. And everyone, a lot of people voted for me, and that was good. But we were raised.
So, can I circle back to
Yeah.
something you had said?
Yeah.
Because one of the things that you acknowledged along the way is that you didn't have the connection to the fundamentals.
I did not. No, not at
And
all.
I think some people listening who have children may want to get into basketball may not know what fundamentals mean.
Well, it's
So, what do you mean by fundamentals?
what
in
I mean
basketball?
by it's a youth organization program with your school. That's what I mean by it's important to talk to the youth coaches or the varsity head coach or the AD or principal, whoever. That's really important if you're going to step into high school basketball. I didn't have that because I didn't have any connections. I just straight went in there, tried out because I played sky ball, but this is completely different than high school basketball. So I just ran there and tried out, and I didn't make it. So, it's hard to make high school if you don't have the connections and the youth stuff,
Yeah.
and it's really important. So if you don't have any connections, I recommend going to anyone that they can talk to, any high school or youth or do a private lesson with the Capitals. You want to Don wants to do private lessons. If anyone reach out to him, I know he has connections to do that too, or whoever. But it's really important to go through the youth stuff if you want to go on to high school or on the bigger things. So I didn't have that connection.
But I mean, talking about from the coach's perspective, though, and when I mean the actual fundamentals,
Yeah.
what do you mean by that?
Yeah, really, it's breaking it down to the basics, being able to dribble the basketball, being able to pass and shoot and do all these things at a simple level to get started with and practice those things. So that when you do have to perform them at a higher level, you're ready to do so. I think nowadays we tend to think that, we need to play games. We need to compete. We need to play games. That's how we get better. When the truth of the matter is getting better is practice time. Learning how to dribble, learning how to shoot, learning how to do these things. So you're ready to compete at a high level.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is there a trick to dribbling?
Practice. Yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of dribbling drills and videos and stuff out there. And there's, personal trainers that can help and things like that. But to me, it's really and truly just getting a basketball and use both hands. Practice with your left, practice with your right. You don't even need a basketball court. Ask mom to pull the car out of the garage, grab the ball, go out in the garage and dribble a little bit. It will help. Yeah.
If you practice hard, the game's gonna be easier.
Yep.
If you don't practice hard, the game's gonna be harder.
Absolutely.
It really, practice is number one priority. If you practice a lot, the game's gonna be a lot easier.
Would you recommend, though, in terms of like your practice regime, how important is the practice to include free throws?
Very much so. In fact, I told our team today, it is the only shot on the court that's free. It's the only time you're not going to be challenged or in a rush or whatever. And I've seen teams win and lose based on free shots at the free throw line. Teams that make them win. Teams that don't make them typically end up losing. So, we'll do 10, 15 minutes of something cardiovascular, and then we'll stop and everybody will break out and go shoot free throws. And we do that intermittently throughout practice. Every 15, 20 minutes or so, we'll go and shoot some free throws. Because the action out on the game, it's fast, you're breathing hard, there's a foul and you're going to the free throw line. So conditioning ourselves to do that in practice is important as well. Yeah.
So after I met with Jerry Rice, and then my high school days were over, I told Coach Allen I would like to get involved with coaching. Is that okay? He said, sure. So first year I was a volunteer assistant at South because it was my first year. He wanted me to take my steps, take time, grow, let's see what you can do. And then second year I got paid. Second year he said, what, you're doing really good. You got paid second year. And then third year I got paid and we made the playoffs all 3 years. And then unfortunately, Coach Allen had to be stepped down due to, I don't know what happened, but and I had to make a decision of where to go after that. And before that, I coaches him at fall ball at South Salem.
Yep.
And we went undefeated all 2 years. Is that correct?
I think so. Yeah.
Undefeated all 2 years,
yeah.
and his son was there. And can you explain that what that was like?
Yeah, fall ball's a lot of fun. It's basically your high school basketball team that competes off season. There's tournaments that we go to, and we just play against all the other high school teams around the state. But your official high school coaching staff can't be a part of that.
Right.
It's got to be a
interesting.
volunteer dad or somebody in the school that just kind of is a part of that. The official coaches can't be around. So Coach Allen, who was at South at the time, asked me if I would coach the fall ball team. And of course I stepped up to do it right away, and Elijah stepped up to help me out with that. But yeah, a ton of fun. We were able to take the varsity team and go up to Portland and play here in Salem, and just had a ton of fun doing it. We're lucky.
Seattle, California.
Yep.
One of those
We had
states.
a really talented group, so that made it a lot of fun.
Yeah, we had so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how were you approached to coach the Special Olympics?
This guy recruited me, actually. Believe it or not. I think I met Elijah in about 2016. Was that your junior year, senior year?
That's my senior year.
Okay, yeah, it was about his senior year. My son and I went and watched their team play all the time. Elijah didn't just make a high school basketball team. He made one of the best teams in the state. They were really, really good that year. So my son and I would go and watch games. And one night after the game, my son was out shooting around. We were the only ones left in the gym.
Yep.
Everybody was gone.
100%.
Literally an hour after the game's over, we're out there shooting around.
Yep.
Elijah walks out of the locker room and just instantly says, "Give me the ball, give me the ball." And we pass it to him, and he starts knocking down shots, and we're kind of like, "Wow, this guy, he's awesome." So we shot around with Elijah for a little bit, and the rest is history. We've known each other since. But during that time, he at some point reached out and said, "Hey, you want to help out coach Special Olympics? I'm playing this year, and we need an extra coach, and I'd love for you to help coach." And I jumped on board, and it's the rest is history. Yeah.
What was your first impression when you arrived that first day? Was there anything that surprised you?
At the Special Olympics practice, I can tell you the amount of excitement surprised me. It was almost a little overwhelming. I was kind of expecting maybe some shyness, quietness, little unsure, because that's kind of where I was at. I don't know anybody. I knew Elijah, a couple of the other players, but boy, there was no shyness. It was like camaraderie right away, high fives right away. Didn't take long to feel welcomed and comfortable. And just right off the bat, it was like that. So, a lot of the teams I've been part in the past, it takes a little while to build up, to get to know people and to feel comfortable with them. But boy, with this group, just the comfort level was very high right away.
And I would imagine eager to be coached, right?
Yes, very much so. Yeah. They want to, like I said, it's competitive, and they want to do good out there. So when somebody that is willing to help them out a little bit, they definitely soak it up. Yeah.
And talk about your philosophy towards coaching, because that's one of the things that I love.
Right.
Is that positive reinforcement coaching.
Absolutely.
And being an actual coach instead of a dictator.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
And do you find that people in general are more receptive to sort of that kind of coaching?
I personally was, and I coach that way. A lot of times, kid will even make a mistake out on the court or do something bad, and I'll be the first one. "Hey, it's all right. It's all right." It's just one play, one little thing. I think positive reinforcement is huge for any type of athlete, whatever level they're at. A lot of the times, if they make a mistake, they know they made a mistake. You don't need to tell them. You need to let them know it's okay. You'll get it next time, kind of thing. And that, I think, it is one of my biggest philosophies in coaching, is that, hey, we're all right. It'll be fine. We'll get through it. We'll battle through it. And then just maximum effort. Just go play as hard as you can. That's the one thing you can control, is how hard you play. You can't control whether the shot goes in, can't control a lot of the stuff that happens out there, but you can control your attitude, your effort, your sportsmanship, those type of things. So I don't consider myself a huge X and O's type coach. I consider myself a motivator, positive reinforcement, and let's go give it our best effort out there. Yeah.
And then from your perspective as a player, how important is it to have a supportive coach?
It's really important. It's really important. It's It's very important. A lot of people succeed through positive motivation more than
Yep.
negativity or yelling at you or Bob Knight throwing a chair or or yelling at parents or whatever. It's extremely important. You got to have a motivator, a positivator. You got to have maybe not a little bit of yelling, but a little bit. Hey, you got to maybe do this a little better to get so you can go that way.
Yeah.
Or maybe a little bit of like it's okay, maybe next shot, but no yelling, no negativity. It's gonna tear a team down, and he's well, huge motivator and positive. It's really really important.
And have you found that as you've progressed through the Special Olympics,
Mm-hmm.
uh, have you found that this is the case regardless of the sport?
You know, I'm going to go out on a limb and say yes. I haven't coached any of the other sports other than basketball. I went and watched a little baseball and a little soccer, and it's very much the same. Very, very much the same. I think the basketball is the speed of the game helps a little bit. Some of the other games are a little slower and a little harder to pay attention, sort of thing. But man, yeah, no, the basketball, 100%. Yeah.
And the reason I say this is because I want these parents of children with special needs
Mm-hmm.
are very reluctant to get their child involved in something unless they know their child is going to be supportive.
Right.
And I want parents and family members to know that if your children have special needs, you can get involved with Special Olympics.
Yeah.
And they're
absolutely.
not going to be subject to a bully coach. They're not
Everybo-
going to be subjected to bully players. It will
Right.
be a safe space for them.
It is 100%. So yeah, everybody that I've come in contact with, the other coaches on other teams, the coordinators, everybody's super respectful. Everybody's they're all good people. They're volunteering their time. They want to help. They want to see people
Yeah.
succeed. They want to see good things.
And the community involved.
So get the community involved. It literally is one of the more welcoming environments and things you could get into. And I think the sports, they not only have a lot of fun, but it helps with life skills too, building camaraderie, meeting new people, obligations, being on time. There's just so much else that goes with it. But yes, a very welcoming environment.
And a
Yep.
safe place to practice social skills.
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
probably maybe one of the best. Not only are they getting the peer stuff, but they're getting stuff from the coaches too. Everybody's got their things in life and things going on, and sometimes a coach is a good sounding board to come in and talk to about some things. So
You were going to say something?
Oh, so after Alan stepped down, I had to make a decision to make, and I had to tell my dad I was gonna transfer my coaching to McNary for and then he was like, "Oh, are you sure about that? You don't want to be at South?" I was like, Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, we had a serious conversation at the end of it, and so I was. And that by the time my dad was moving out, he was moving to his living his life. So I moved out to a group home in Kaiser and started living there. And then I was at McNary for not well, just for 1 year. Didn't really connect at all. And then so I started after that I just kind of just stopped coaching, and then haven't been coaching for 3 years, and then I got involved with Jason. We had a good talk, and that's why I'm team manager. And I missed tryouts this season. And he brought me on coaching, so it's good to be back.
So in terms of the schedule, is it coming up?
yeah, so we practice every Saturday until I believe it is March 14th is our tournament weekend down in
Right around the
Corvallis.
corner.
Right around the corner. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think we're 3 or 4 practices in, so we got a few more left,
Yeah.
and then March 14th.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I have an idea that I'll talk to you after we're done with this.
Yeah.
So in terms of like the structure of the Special Olympics itself, is it a
Mhm.
part of like a nonprofit that sort of works outside of just the Special Olympics?
That I'm not 100% sure of. I don't know exactly how they get all their funding. I think they do some fundraiser type things. They do, is it the Polar Plunge?
Polar plunge.
Polar
Plunge. Yes.
They do some fundraiser things to help them gain money. But a good chunk of the people, all the coaches, good chunk of the people are volunteers. So yeah, it's pretty neat.
And the reason I bring it up is because in the event somebody listening wants to help or the cause or sort of help the momentum, where should people go?
They actually there is on their website for Special Olympics. There are places to sign up as a volunteer, as a parking attendant. They have all kinds of stuff that you can sign up for. But yeah, just straight to their website. And if you want to get involved either as a coach, volunteer, or an athlete, probably the best way. Yep.
And that's what I love about organizations like that, because it's not like you're paying people an exorbitant amount of money.
Right.
All of the money goes to the actual people that need to participate in the sports.
Right.
So it's a very much bottom up approach, which I like.
For sure. Yeah. They provide uniforms, and of course you have to probably pay for the facility and the referees. So there's a lot that goes into it, but it's directly back towards the players.
Coach, you're also coaching at Blanchette. How's that going?
Yes, I also coach high school basketball here at Blanchette Catholic. We're having a great year. We're 12-5 right now, 14th in the state, second in our conference, and playing really well. So that's a lot of fun on that too. Thank you.
I would imagine the fundamentals are basically the same when it comes to your approach for coaching, right?
Yeah, literally this morning I had our high school practice from, we were 9:30 to 11 today. I left that and went straight to our Special Olympics practice. And to tell you the truth, I didn't change much. I kind of coached it almost the same way a little bit. Obviously there's a little skill level and strategy level type things, but as far as the things we're doing at practice, how we go about practice, the camaraderie, those type of things, all the same.
All the same.
Yep.
And one thing else I also want to touch on is, because let's say somebody's in a wheelchair. That's not going to stop them from being able to play basketball.
No,
right?
they have, like I said, they have all levels. Anybody can go out there and play. Really and truly, they have just a skills level team.
Yeah.
They show up Saturday, they go out there for an hour and have fun.
That's awesome.
It is awesome. Yes.
So they have like a shooting contest.
Oh yeah, all kinds of stuff: dribbling, shooting, cheering. Yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch. And again, there's 3 or 4 volunteers out there helping, and you walk into that gym right before us. A couple of the lower level teams practice right before we do. And soon as you walk in, you hear all the laughter and all the high fives and the people just having a ton of fun. It's a little chaotic at times, but the fun is unmatched. So we see that, and then we just carry it into our team as well. Yeah.
And is there always room for more volunteers?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're always searching. In fact, unfortunately, this year, I think they capped the limit at like 100 players. Because that's how many coaches they had for teams, volunteer coaches. Well, I think they had 128 athletes sign up.
Oh.
And unfortunately, not enough volunteers to make more teams. So, yeah, I think they're always searching for help and volunteers to get out there and coach or be involved in it somehow, for sure.
And if anybody out there is willing or wanting to become a coach and may have questions, can they reach out to you?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
What were you going to say, Elijah?
Oh, Lisa. Lisa's our coordinator.
Yep.
Oh, she's so.
Yeah, she's the coordinator for Special Olympics, and again, all that stuff is directly on their website too. But yeah, anybody that wants to get involved and help out, I'd be more than willing to point them in the right direction, help them out, get them involved.
100%.
Yeah. In fact, when we first started with Elijah, Coach Oz was our coach, and we had Ryan. Another guy, I forget his name, but
Ryan Baker.
Yeah, Ryan Baker. So whole new staff now. Once those guys had, stopped coaching, I had to go out and get some people to come help me out too. So, I got a friend of mine and my son, and joined right in. So, but yeah, there's no way I could do it by myself. You have to have people willing to help.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's what I want people to understand, is that this is a community event.
Absolutely.
And it's one of those things where you go to support the community, and that's the primary goal.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, go ahead, Elijah.
So last season we had the Salem Capitals basketball community come out and
Yes, we did.
and it came out and helped showed out. Can you?
Because that's what Elijah's involved with right now. He's actually the manager for Salem Capitals, which is a professional basketball team here in town. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Can you talk about that a little bit, Brian?
Yeah, it was amazing. Elijah got on last year and was a manager for the team. There was word that they might come to our games. We got playing in our games, and all of a sudden, here's 6, 7, 8 Salem Capital players. They're supporting our team, and they were fans. They're up in the bleachers cheering our guys on. In fact, the whole atmosphere of the gym changed. Everybody from Special Olympics loved it. It was a really neat atmosphere. So there's your community involvement, just that small little piece of the Salem Capital sending their players to come watch really changed. I don't want to say changed lives that day, but definitely changed the atmosphere, made it better, more exciting. They were taking pictures with all our players after the game.
Big time.
Super neat that they did that. Yeah.
Hey, what was our team name, Coach Brian?
Yeah, we were the Marion County Capitals. Yeah. Yep. Kind
I love
of
it.
adopted the name from them. So and I think we're going with that again this year too. Yeah.
So how do they pick who's on what team?
Yeah, we have
randomly
have a tryouts. We have a day where all the coaches come, and then all the players just kind of come in and they go through a cycle of dribbling, passing, shooting. They go to each station so each coach can kind of view them, run them all through, and then at the end of the tryouts, all the coaches sit down and go through the grading system, how they were graded, shooting 1 through 4, and we try to divide them up the best we can as far as based on skill level. Yep.
But and then in terms of the tournament itself, if you win the whole thing, is there other than a trophy, or is it just kind of like a
gold
trophy
medals.
celebration?
Yeah, you get a gold medal. Yep. Yeah, you get your gold medal. Sportsmanship award. Lots of pictures. It's a pretty neat presentation. After the tournaments are done, everybody collects in the gym. The stands are filled with all the spectators, and then the teams actually are presented, and they come out, and I think it was Marion County Sheriff's Department was there last year actually putting the gold medal on the players. And I thought that was really neat too. So more of the community stuff.
By police
there.
officers. Police officers go to give you the gold medal. They give it to you.
Yep.
By police officers.
Yep.
That's it.
How much did you enjoy the fact that the Salem Capitals showed up to cheer you all on?
It was awesome, but most importantly, my team was just the most just shocked. I mean, my other team, my teammates were just like, what's going on? What's going on? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some of them have gone to the games. They're very familiar with the Salem Capitals, and they go to their games, and they see those guys out on their court. And I mean, they're the next closest thing to the Blazers, So it's really high level competitive basketball. They go to those games, they watch them, and then all of a sudden the reverse is happening. The Salem Capital players are here watching me play. So how exciting! How exciting was that? Like, 'cause they know the players, they know them, and then all of a sudden they show up to watch them, and they responded.
I loved it.
It was awesome. They played
really awesome.
Played really hard, and they were really excited about it.
Oh yeah.
And what is your goal every year?
My goal every year is to help them have as much fun as possible. And if we can win during that, great. If we can get the sportsmanship award during that, great. But just to make sure that they go out and have fun. Yeah.
And what are some of the things that you do to sort of demonstrate that sportsmanship?
Demonstrate the sportsmanship?
Oh.
Yeah.
We start by cheering each other on.
Yep. Exactly.
That's the biggest thing. Start with being a great teammate to your own teammate.
Yeah.
Because
high fives.
High fives is a great way. Just clapping, pointing at each other. Somebody makes a great play, point at each other, right? Yeah. And make sure you're really strong in that, in your self team awareness. And then once you actually get out into competition, be the same way to the other team. You know what I mean? If somebody makes a great shot, tell them, hey, great shot, man. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, it's competitive, but at the same time, it's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't deny, like, when you see an amazing shot, it's an amazing shot regardless of who made it.
100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, wow, where'd that come
I know. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
So what's the best place for people to go to get more information?
I would say probably definitely the Special Olympics website. And then, they're more than welcome to come down to practices that happen. Right now we're at Parish Middle School, Saturdays from noon to 1:30, really from 10 to 2. I think there's teams in there practicing. But yeah, I'd start with the website. There's phone numbers on there. Lisa, the director's phone numbers on there. They make it pretty available, pretty open to get involved, and then probably just asking around, because my guess is you reach out to 2 or 3 people, somebody's involved in it somehow or another, because it is huge. They do cornhole, they do soccer, they do baseball, softball, basketball. I mean, there's an event going year round. So.
And I love that, right?
Mhm.
And there's nothing that stops somebody from being a part of multiple teams, right? So if somebody's like wants to play basketball and baseball, there's nothing to stop them from
Correct
that.
them. Yeah, as long as the 2 events aren't going at the same time. But a lot of our players come from doing soccer right into basketball, and then they're off into golf or cornhole or whatever the next event is. A lot of them do 2 or 3 events throughout the year. So.
Do you know kind of roughly what kinds of sports are currently played under this Special Olympics umbrella?
Yeah. So they've got, Elijah, you can help me out with this, but I know they've got soccer. I know they've got softball. They just started cornhole this year. They have bowling. Basketball, obviously.
Was it lifting?
Yep, they have weightlifting.
Weightlifting?
Yep.
How cool is that?
Yeah, right. So there's a wide variety of sports that you can get involved in. They have golf. Yep. We had Michael Brown. Was a really, really good golfer. Yeah, we've had a couple on our team that were really good golfers as well. Yeah.
And one of the things that I also want to talk about a little bit is about the gameplay itself.
Yeah.
Right. So like, is it one of the things? So when you're thinking about the game during the Special Olympics, what role do the refs sort of play in that? Because I want people to understand that reffing for Special Olympics is not the same as reffing for professional basketball, right?
Right.
Well,
Yep.
Yeah. They kind of let you play. They kind of, Brian, what do you think? They just kind of let you play.
Yes, they're under the understanding of who's playing and what's going on. At our level on the A team, it's fairly competitive basketball, so they ref it. I think fairly normal to the way they would ref a game. At some of the lower levels, they're actually out there helping the athletes. Like the ball go out of bounds and a ref will give it and hand it back to the player and say, keep playing, it's fine. So yes, they're very aware, and they do a great job with it too. They keep the game moving, they keep it fun.
And they're also inclusive and welcoming.
Oh yeah,
100%.
That's where I was going.
Yes, very much so. Yeah, they do a great job with it. I think it's a kind of a fun event for them too, because they're doing their job and they're getting paid, but there's not the pressure of the final score and things like that. Just again, make sure everybody's safe and having fun.
Yeah.
And then so we only have a couple minutes left.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to sort of close out on a positive note. So Elijah, do you have a prediction for what's going to happen this year with your team?
I think the prediction for our team is gold and sponsorship award. I really do. We have that team, and that's what I predict. Yeah, gold and sponsorship award. I do. I know it won't be. I know it's kind of hard not me playing, but I think we have other people that can step up to the plate and really do a good job.
There's that positivism, right? He's
really,
sitting here talking about gold, and I'm over here thinking, boy, without you, it's going to be really tough. But
I'm gonna go gold and sponsorship award because I trust everybody. I believe.
That's great.
What do you think?
I think we again have a great chance at gold. Yeah, I really do. Like I said, it'd be kind of tough without Elijah out there, but the sportsmanship award probably be the number one goal, right?
Number one goal.
And then just going out and competing and playing hard and let the wins come as they may. But go out, play hard, have fun.
Yep.
And then what's the date of the event? One
It's
more time?
March 14th down in Corvallis. Not 100% sure of the location. My guess is it'll either be at the high school or at the university's training center. But yeah, Saturday, March 14th, and it's all day event.
Yeah.
So a lot of fun.
Yeah, I hope
So
I want everyone to go if they can. So come out and support Marion County Capitals.
Absolutely.
come show your support, have some fun, and just enjoy yourselves, folks. And I'm going to end the podcast the way I always end this podcast. People, be kind. We all live on the same planet. We breathe the same air, and this world would just be a much better place if we treated everybody with dignity and respect. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you for having
Thank you
us.
so
Really
much for having
appreciate it.